Today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the Batman v Superman Bendable action figures. These figures come to us from the folks that created Gumby. Remember Gumby back in the day? Well, they're creating some really awesome bendable figures as well. And we've got the Holy Trinity here of Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman here, captured in bendable figure treatment. At the side of the package, we've got some artwork. Same artwork we've seen before for all the Batman, Superman merchandise. On the side, we've got bendable action figures. On the back, an idea of what the figures are going to look like when you get them out of packaging. And finally, on the underside, we flip it the right way, comes to us from I think it's NJCroce. And I don't know if that's not the correct pronunciation, I do apologize. But they are the makers of Gumby. www.njcroce.com. Could be perhaps NJCroce. And again, I certainly do apologize for that. It is recommended for ages 3 and up. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up. When we come back, however, we're going to get a better look at the Batman v Superman bendable action figures. There's more heading away, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. So for this part of the review, sadly Spot had to have them laying down. They just didn't really want to stand very well. Let's have a look at the 3 individual figures that make up this Trinity box set. Why don't we actually start with Batman? He's after all the first character in the name, Batman v Superman. All the figures also as a kind of, well, the fact that Mattel couldn't even give us these, they come with really cool cloth capes. And that's actually a decent cloth, too, that they've given it. Not plastic, not the ridiculous material that Mattel gave their figures. But these figures actually have real fabric capes. So, point for that. Likeness-wise, I think it's pretty good. For a bendable, keeping in mind this is a bendable figure of Batman here. He still has the gold in his utility belt, the gold on his knuckle area of his gloves, of course the little spikes on the sides of his gloves as well, and he's also got some gold trimming on the fronts or tips of his boots. I didn't actually realize that Batman had gold on the backs here, but again, based on what we're seeing so far, we haven't really seen enough of Batman. We're always kind of seeing him in the shadow. That, figures and stuff like this is where we get the chance to say, oh, okay, he's got a little bit of gold on the back of his boot. Now, he is a wire frame, so all the figures will have the air holes located on the arms, located on the legs, indicating, oh, and also in the ankles, indicating as well that these are bendable figures. Having quickly a look at his face, again, I think the face is pretty good. His lips are a little bit darker in color, breaking it up at least from the rest of the flesh color of his face. The eyes are also sculpted quite nicely. Also digging, I gotta get a t-shirt of that. If anybody knows if there's a t-shirt of the new Batman logo, like on a gray, let me know. Love that logo, very much so. As you would expect these to be, they are, after all, bendable figures. They are from the producers of Gumby figures, so they don't have a lot of bend to them. But they do bend in the legs, and of course he's got bend in the elbow and bend in the arms. More so the higher you get, it seems, on the figure, like elbows more importantly, knees. Of course you can kind of warp the feet to your heart's content. I might likely just keep the legs completely straight, and if anything, just bend Batman's elbows, so he's kind of got in a fighting stance. First figure, not bad at all. We'll put Superman or put Batman right there. I don't know if he's gonna, again, because the feet are rubbery, they don't really stand the greatest, but that's okay. We'll just lay him down. Let's have a look at Superman. I guess proportionately, Superman comes across as a little skinnier than Batman does. I guess in the movie, it's almost the same as well. Superman's got a little bit skinnier of the leg. Costume looks quite nice though. Again, fabric material cape, so that's a nice touch. The blue is also good on Superman. He's detailed with the blue trim around the sides and blue on the gauntlet areas, or where the gauntlets would be on a Superman. The blue down the side there. Again, for this being a bendable figure, not all that bad. And of course, like Batman, he's got the holes on his neck, arms, legs, ankles, indicating to you that you can bend the arms, bend the elbows. I guess you could almost have Superman kind of flexing, bend at the legs, you can bend them out as well. I haven't really tried it, but I guess theoretically you could kind of bend his head down or kind of bend it up as well. His face actually is pretty good, considering that this is a rubber bendable figure. Not a bad faces, really, to be honest. So there's Superman. One of my personal favorites from this set, and for that we'll have to lay Superman down again, is actually Wonder Woman. It's one of the better Wonder Womans I've seen, and this is a bendable figure. I think it trumps the stuff that Mattel was producing in figure treatment. Paint's nice. A little more visible because she doesn't have the cape that you can see the air holes of the wire frame that would be underneath. But you know what? One of the better face sculpts, I have to admit, for the movie Wonder Woman. Loving her armor too. It's a darker kind of cranberry red, darker kind of gray-based blue. And then she's got the strapping there in brown. As you would expect, she does have bendable arms, and she is actually the most bendable of all the figures. And it's only just due to the fact that she's also got skinnier frame. Skinnier legs, there's a lot less rubber where you have to worry about getting her to bend properly. And I guess there really wouldn't be, there's, I guess, just too much dense rubber going in there that you could actually rotate or bend her waist. At least you can bend her arms. Probably a little more, less realistic per se. But, as you can see, lots of posability options there. I think by far my favorite, I have to say, could be Wonder Woman here. Nice sculpt, paint's nice and clean, and of course you have the bendable aspect of these figures. Today's toy spot, we were having a look. Let's try to hold all three of them here. There we go. Perfect. I need a third hand. Where am I going to get one of those? Today's toy spot, we were having a look at the Batman v Superman bendable figures. We're looking at the trinity of Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more toy spots heading your way. As always, thanks for watching as you always do. I'll see you next time.